Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel English for Intermediate Classes. Now we will proceed to the next paragraph of the chapter Lost Spring. First story. I sometimes find a rupee, even a 10 rupee note. Sahib says, his eyes lighting up when you can find a silver coin in a heap or garbage. You don't stop scrounging, for there is a hope of finding more. It seems that for children, garbage has a meaning different from what it means to their parents. For the children, it is wrapped in wonder. For the elders, it is the means of survival. Now, there is a difference of perception about the garbage dump to children and to the elders who are indulged or involved in rag picking. These people are actually gypsies who wanders or travels in search of food from place to place. Wherever they found it, they set up their temporary homes and start living there for some times. And after some times, they shift from there. Their children kept growing on there, and gradually they also start sharing their parents' job. For those who lived in Simapuri, for them rag picking was survival. It was the only source of their livelihood. And as they have been doing it for many years, they become trained at rag picking and did it very well. For the rag pickers, the garbage was as precious as gold. And these families searched the garbage dumps and got things which they sold to fund their food. They earned their livelihood through this source. They gathered torn or damaged sheets which were used to cover the roof of their homes. And these did not cover them well, but still provided them with some protection. For the children, the garbage dumps were more than the means of survival. It was a wonder. It was filled with wonder for them. Sahib was happy to say that he sometimes found a rupee and even a 10 rupee note in the dump, as one often finds even a silver coin in the garbage dump. And he kept on searching, hoping to find more and more. For the children, the garbage dump was a wonder. It was a means of wonder, and it was a means of fulfilling their dreams, although partially, while for their parents, it was a means of their livelihood. It was means of their survival, which provides them basic necessities of life like food, clothing, and shelter. So there was two different things. Means garbage dump was two different things for children and for elders. One winter morning, I see Sahib standing by the fenced gate of the neighborhood club, watching two young men dressed in white playing tennis. I like the game, he hums. Content to watch it standing behind the fence, I go inside when no one is around. He admits the gatekeeper lets me use the swing. One winter morning, the writer saw Sahib standing by the fence of a club. There was a club in the neighborhood of Simapuri, and Sahib was watching a tennis game being played by two young men from outside, and Sahib liked the game, but he could not play it. He told the writer that he went inside the club when it would be closed and nobody will be around it, and he was allowed to take the swings by the guard there. There was a watchman who used to give him permission to enter the club when there will be nobody else. Next paragraph. Sahib too is wearing tennis shoes that look strange over his discolored shirts and shorts. Someone gave them to me, he says, in the manner of an explanation. The fact that they are discarded shoes of some rich boy who perhaps refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them does not bother him, for one who has walked barefoot, even shoes with a hole is a dream come true. But the game he is watching so intently is out of his reach. Then the writer Anish Jung saw that the Sahib was also wearing tennis shoes. They did not look appropriate with his dress, which was worn out, which was tattered, and which was uh, not good enough, which was faded, worn out and faded. And he told the writer in an attempt to justify himself that someone gave him the shoes. The writer, however, figured out that he had got them from a garbage dump. He must, they must have been thrown away by a boy from a rich family, as he did not want to wear them anymore because of a hole in it. Probably they had a hole in one of them, due to which the rich boy did not want to wear them. On the contrary, Sahib was not bothered by this fact that one of them is damaged. He had no problem in wearing them, as he could not afford anything better than that. He walked barefoot, and to wear shoes even with a hole was like a dream come true for him. Although due to the garbage dump, Sahib's dream was of wearing shoes had been partially fulfilled, but his desire to play tennis would never be fulfilled in his life, as he is not rich, because he cannot afford to buy tennis ball and racket. He cannot afford to take the membership of the club. Okay. Next paragraph. This morning Sahib is on his way to the milk booth. In his hand is a steel canister. I now work in a tea stall. Down the road, he says, pointing in the distance, I am paid 800 rupees and all my meals. Does he like the job? I ask. His face, I see, has lost the carefree look. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulder. The bag was his. The canister belongs to the man who owns the tea shop. Sahib is no longer his own master. One morning, the writer met Sahib again, who was on his way to the milk booth, a milk shop. He was holding a steel canister for milk, and he told her that he had got a job at the nearby tea stall, and he would earn 800 rupees a month and get his meals as well. The writer asked him he liked the job, as she could see that he had lost his carefree look when he was doing rack picking. He was carefree. He had a liberty of his own, freedom of his own. But now he is not looking carefree. He has a burden of duties on his shoulders, as he is a little boy As now Sahib was working for someone else and was carrying his master's container, he was burdened with responsibility. Earlier, as a rack picker, Sahib would carry his own bag and was his own master. But now he was no longer his own master. Now he had a responsibility to earn for his family, and he was earning, and he was employed in a tea shop. That means in this tender age, he was doing and he was employed and earning for his family. This is the story of child labor in this way, which is prevailing in India till now in this 20th century as well. We hope that this situation in India will someday improve, and all the children below the age of 14 will not be employed in any shop, factory, or industry, and they will be able to take their basic education. Thank you, and that's it for this video. In the next video, we will proceed to the second part of this story, Lost Spring. Till then, thank you and goodbye.